Okay, this is what I think Donald Trump should do when it comes to the DEI type stuff. And when it comes to DEI type stuff, when you actually read about what DEI is or what DEI is actually meant to be, when you actually read through it, there are things in there that actually that are actually good. And the things that sound actually good is that there's things in there that are actually there to basically help people, help children with either disabilities, but also there's stuff in there that's about, helping mentally ill children and helping children with learning difficulties. So what I think Donald Trump needs to invest in or look into is Trump needs to look into centralizing or the centrification of education. And so there is stuff in the DEI type thing, or the thing. There's things that some of the teachers end up implementing that people don't like. The things that people don't like are the white blaming, like blaming white people for the past or what not, and portraying white people as bad and stuff like that. So what else is there? Oh, and the like dense like gender theory. Like you don't really need to be teaching children, their pronouns and things like that. So Donald Trump needs to invest into the centrification of education and getting rid of the stuff that people don't like when it comes to that DEI stuff. They need to get rid of the stuff that people don't like and keep all the good things that are good that everybody should want when it comes to, helping disabled children and mentally ill children and children with learning difficulties. Now, what I think Donald Trump should do when it comes to the teachers, when it comes to the schools, is Donald Trump should reach out, or the Donald Trump administration should reach out to schools, universities, and colleges, and basically get them to resubmit different versions of DEI and get them to resubmit versions of DEI that exclude the things that people don't like the white blaming and the dense gender theory. And, what the teachers would have to do is, not only would they have to, adjust the DEI stuff, get rid of the stuff people don't like, but also the teachers should be given a chance to basically rewrite the DEI stuff to teach anti-discrimination in a way that doesn't alienate teachers. Well, not just alienate teachers, but like religious teachers, but also alienate, Christian or religious students, and doesn't alienate, Christian and white families and things like that. Because the thing is that when it comes to education, and the left kind of like really believes in like public education. What was I going to say? All right, so if you actually care about public education, everybody should have the mindset that no one should be alienated when they send their children to school, and no parent should be alienated neither. Because when it comes to teachers, there's always going to be a finite supply or finite amount of teachers with the necessary skills and training in academia. So we can't afford to be alienating teachers, parents, and students, because if you care about public education, like the left does, and the progressives does, and the woke people do, of course you don't want any person being alienated, because you want as many people to go into public school as much as possible, don't you? So having Christian students and teachers and parents alienated isn't good for public education if it's making them either not want to send their children to school or making the parents like taking their children out of certain classes. So Donald Trump needs to reach out to teachers and teachers unions and schools, stuff like that, and get them to resubmit the DEI stuff with simplified anti-discrimination things that doesn't alienate against Christian teachers. And obviously, they would readjust the curriculum and rewrite the curriculum and things like that. But it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen with one iteration. I was doing a video before as well, and this could be something that the teachers themselves should reach out to the Trump administration to do. And they could actually adjust the curriculum themselves and kind of neutralize the super progressive stuff that people don't like, and just simplify it so that to a point where nobody gets alienated. Because when it comes to when they the reasoning why they chose to get rid of the Department of Education because they wanted to keep it in the States. Well, Donald Trump should commit to that and basically keep education within the States. But the reason why it would be worth Democrats simplifying the DEI is because what's going to end up happening after 5 years in power 4 years in power with Donald Trump and the Republicans is they have reversed DEI. In 4 years' time, when the Democrats get into power, if they bring back the DEI stuff the way in which it originally was, what's going to happen is 4 years after that, the Republicans are going to 4 to 8 years after that, the Republicans are going to get into power, and they're going to reverse the reversal of the DEI ban, and they're going to re-ban DEI. So until the Democrats and the teachers find a way of neutralizing or centrifying or the centrification of the curriculum, then you're just going to have this back and forth, and it's just going to lead to wasting time, wasting money, wasting resources. So the sooner that America kind of neutralizes education, the sooner we can stop this endless circle of cancelling DEI, reintroducing DEI, cancelling DEI. Because if you just teach in a way where you get rid of the stuff people don't like, then you won't have this back and forth of reversing and re-implementing DEI. But I do think that education should be kept within the states, and the states should have freedom to educate the way in which they want, and have independency from the government dictating what they can and can't do. I think that's better than not. But I think there is an argument to be made. I think there is reasons that we do actually need to centrify the education.